You're gonna do the presentation.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to
Yeah,
over there or over here, wherever you want. You can stay over here. There's enough room for us.
yeah, where there seems to be people, it's a good thing. I don't want to be totally ostracized.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna go over there and join you, but
Well,
that's
I would
fine.
do that, but that's your call.
No, 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 that's fine. We all got
Love the L&I stories.
yeah. Right? Okay. Good morning, buenos dias. We're going to get started. We want to be respectful of everybody's time, and we have the mayor with us, and we're going to be respectful of his time. I want to take this opportunity to darle la bienvenida a todos ustedes. Thank you all so very much for joining us. I'm so proud to be here with an amazing coalition of partners, many of the advocate workers, the employers, city officials, and of course, I want to acknowledge the women of council who co-sponsored this along with some enlightened men. I'm joined by Councilman Alan Tollenberger, but Councilman Greenlee and others who from the very beginning were with us and very supportive. We're here to celebrate one of the most comprehensive and progressive domestic bills of rights in the country. Getting this done has been a major victory for the women and men who told their stories and shared them with us. I'm very happy because it is a culmination of a process, and I'm very much a process person. Last spring, we held hearings, and we heard from brave workers and employers, again, who were very supportive, and leaders who spoke about the working conditions and the need for this kind of legislation. I want to thank the National Domestic Workers Coalition and all of the folks from around the country who helped spread the word as Philadelphia engaged in this process. In Philadelphia, many of you know, 16,000 domestic workers are excluded from some basic labor protections, even though we all know the critical work and essential work that they do for many families, and many times at the expense of their own personal lives. The result of these hearings is the introduction of the Domestic Workers' Rights Bill together throughout the summer with the support and leadership of the Office of Labor Standards, and I want to acknowledge Deputy Mayor Rich Laser and particularly Amanda, who really took this on and worked with my team. In our office, Andre Del Valle, who took this on from day one and was never intimidated by all the smart women in the room, right? As I mentioned, the Domestic Workers Alliance and members of the Council's Committee on Labor. The result was an amended and an agreed-upon process with the support of our mayor, Mayor Kenney, and his team, which he will sign today. Lifting families out of poverty means increasing family income. I know the administration, along with council, are engaged in a massive anti-poverty strategy discussion and action plan, which we look forward to working with this administration on. This legislation sets national standards, and it's been successful because of our shared values and the belief that everyone's work matters and that our standards of fair treatment apply to others. When I first came to council, I had the opportunity to work with Councilman Good on 21st century living wages when we did the work at the airport with SEIU and Unite and others. One of the things that amazed me the most in that was the stories. The stories of Philadelphians who every single day, despite some of the obstacles, whether it's from the private sector and sometimes even us in government, the resilience in which they got up every day, standing at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning and watching folks catch 3 buses to get there to earn $200, and watching the power of government, and this mayor in particular who helped us cross that line is hugely important. You change people's lives. When I walk through the airport now and I run into the workers who say, "Hey, Councilwoman, thank you," because we've lifted them out of poverty. It's a huge it's a huge joy, and I know sometimes in politics we don't always get a thank you, but it's those individual interactions that make this all worthwhile. So with that, I want to introduce one of our rock stars in this process. I want to also acknowledge, Councilwoman Gim, thank you for joining us this morning, Councilwoman Helen Gim, who, as I mentioned earlier, was part of the Women in Council to do this. This process was hugely important because we had members of this community be an integral part of what we were doing, and Betania was one of them. Her experience in drafting this legislation was huge. She missed work to come to our meetings because she wanted to be part of it, and so today we celebrate Betania and we ask her to join us. Betania Shepard.
Muy buenos días, mi nombre es Betania Shepard, soy dominicana y tengo 9 años viviendo en Filadelfia. Yo trabajo en limpieza de casas, tengo 4 años trabajando como limpiadora. Soy una líder de la Alianza de las Trabajadoras del Hogar en Pensilvania y soy muy feliz que hoy el alcalde firme nuestra carta.
Hello, good morning. My name is Betania Shepard. I am Dominican. I have been here 9 years in Philadelphia, and my job is to clean houses. I've been cleaning houses for 4 years. I am a leader with the National Domestic Workers Alliance here in Philadelphia, and I am very happy to be here today with that the mayor is going to sign our Bill of Rights.
Yo he tenido muchas malas experiencias, me han pagado poco, algunos jefes han sido muy groseros. En otros momentos no me han pagado el dinero prometido, lo que habíamos quedado. Cuando les reclamé para ganar el dinero que me debían, me gritaban y me insultaban. Una vez alguien entró en mi trabajo a robar y después mis jefes me prohibieron la entrada en ese espacio donde la persona robó. Aunque yo no tuve nada que ver con ese robo, me trataron diferente por ser latina. Algunos jefes han sido muy groseros.
I've had many bad experiences. I've been paid very little, and some employers have been very rude. At other times, they have not paid me the money that they promised me. When I asked for them to pay me the money that was owed to me, I was screamed at and insulted. One time, someone entered into where I was working with the intention of robbing the location, and afterward, my employers would not let me enter that space that had been robbed, even though I had nothing to do with the robbery. I've been treated differently for being Latina, and some of my employers have been very rude.
Hasta ahora yo no tengo nada de beneficios, no tengo un contrato por escrito, vacaciones o tiempo pagado por enfermedad. Hasta ahora en la ciudad de Filadelfia he tenido muy pocos derechos legales.
Until now, I have not had any benefits. I have not had a written contract, vacation, or paid time off for sickness. Until now, in the city of Philadelphia, I've had very few legal rights.
Pero hoy todo eso cambiará. Nosotras las trabajadoras del hogar hemos luchado por más de 1 año para la Carta de Derechos, para tener beneficios como tiempo libre pagado, un contrato por escrito, descanso pagado, protección contra la discriminación, represalias y traficantes laborales.
But today, all of that changes. We, the workers, have fought for more than a year for this Bill of Rights, to have benefits like paid time off, a written contract, paid breaks, protection against discrimination, reprisal, and labor trafficking.
Okay. Y una voz en la alcaldía con la mesa ejecutiva de las trabajadoras del hogar. Todo eso va a aplicar para todas, sin importar su estatus migratorio, nacionalidad o color de piel. Ahora tendremos un respaldo y un apoyo para cuando haya abusos.
And also fighting for a voice with City Hall on the task force along with the National Domestic Workers Alliance. And all of that is going to apply for everyone without any regard to migratory status, nationality, or color of skin.
Agradecemos a todos los concejales, en especial a nuestra patrocinadora principal, María Quiñones Sánchez, y también al alcalde Kenny por apoyarnos al 100% en nuestra lucha. Hemos ganado la mejor ley de todo el país y estamos listas para luchar para que todos los patrones cumplan la ley.
We are grateful to the entire City Council and especially our main advocate and sponsor, Councilwoman Maria Quiñones Sanchez, and also to Mayor Kenny for supporting us 100% in our fight. We have managed to craft and attain the best law in the entire country, and we are ready. We are ready to fight that all employers will follow this law.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
Again, I think it's important, and I'll repeat it over and over because we don't do this by ourselves, and we definitely cannot achieve this without the support of so many people. So I want to, again, thank Community Legal Services, the City of Philadelphia's Law Department, shout out to Rue Landau and the Human Relations Commission. Obviously, I mentioned the Mayor's Office of Labor Standards, Deputy Mayor Laser, and Amanda. You know, not only is this the most progressive legislation as we've looked through the planning process of really operationalizing it, and I really want to thank the administration for their willingness to really think outside the box and commit to help us create a portable benefits tool that we hope will set the standard across the country. That happens because of leadership and people's commitment to it. So yes, thank you. The round of applause for Rich and Amanda and the mayor, because that's huge. And again, one of the things I learned, whether it was working through paid sick leave with Councilman Greenlee and obviously the campaign last year for Fair Work Week with Councilwoman Gim, that it does really take a village of folks pulling it together, and shared values and a commitment to people is hugely important. I don't know if Councilwoman Gim or Tallenberger quickly want to join us. Okay, so we're going to get right to it. So, okay, come on. I'm trying.
This work has been thanks to the fantastic leadership of incredible women on City Council, especially Maria Quiñones Sanchez, who is an inspiration for me even to be running into office. It means a lot, but mostly it's the women who are before me right now, who have just spoken and believe that their stories can change the world. And I think that when we have shown that people speak bravely about their pain, their grief, their trauma, their rage, but also their belief that justice must come, and it has to come now, that we can actually change the world. So I want to thank all the women here who just continue to inspire and elevate. Thank you.
And Councilwoman Gim, just for the record, there were some men that were actually supportive of this as well. And really what marked me and really motivated me, because we've always been a city of immigrants. And every one of my relatives, my aunts, my uncles, they all came from somewhere else. The place they came from was Germany. And they were all domestics, from being a butler to being maids to being governesses. At that time, they spoke German. But the tradition continues, and the wrongs that were there then have not been corrected until now. So I was very enthusiastic immediately at the hearing, announced what I just announced to you, that I'm supportive of this bill. I'm glad I am, and I think we're going to make a big difference. And I truly believe this is the strongest bill in the United States, and let everyone take example. Once in a while in Philadelphia, we do things right, and we do them first. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to take a moment and thank Jamie Gautier, our councilwoman-elect from the 3rd Councilmanic District. I want to welcome her to this work. We will have one additional woman in council. Oh, I didn't see Kendra. Also, our Councilwoman Kendra Brooks, our new councilwoman-elect. We're going from 6 to 7 women. Is that what, 6 to 7 women? You ladies should know this. Watch out, council. Thank you, ladies, for joining us, and we look forward to welcoming you to the Women of Council group. And then let me take a moment again to once again thank Mayor Kenny and his entire team. From day one, and particularly when he was in council, Mayor Kenny was one of my best allies that related to the work around immigration, and really helped empower, uplift the fights and the challenges with the immigrant community. He was a great supporter of municipal ID, language access, and so many different things that we've done in the city of Philadelphia to make everyone feel like this is their city hall, this is their city government, and he's been critical on this issue and continues to do so, and his administration has demonstrated it through the many things that we're doing and the many things still yet to be done to improve the quality of life for everyone. So with that, our mayor, Mayor Jim Kenney.
Thank you, Maria, and for the introduction and for your leadership in getting the Domestic Workers' Bill of Rights passed. I want to take a moment to acknowledge everyone in the room today who has helped get us to this moment of signing another historic worker protection bill. To all the domestic workers in Philadelphia, thank you for the work you do every single day to care for our families, our elders, and our children. This is crucial work and is often thankless, so I want to be sure to recognize that and thank you again for all that you do. And to everyone who fought for this bill, congratulations. All of your advocacy has finally paid off. And I want to recognize our city council members, led by Councilmember Quinones Sanchez, and those who spoke here, who co-sponsored this bill and made sure that it was among the strongest in the nation. For a year, the Domestic Workers Alliance met with our Office of Labor, Rich Laser, members of council, and others to help us craft the strongest piece of legislation possible. I want to thank you all for that commitment. Philadelphia has a growing reputation as a pro-worker city, but we know that for too long, domestic workers have been carved out of many labor protections. Domestic workers, who are largely women of color and immigrants, found themselves particularly vulnerable. They face job insecurity, wage theft, harassment, discrimination, and many other abuses. This bill offers folks basic rights and protections that other workers have had for years, and we hope that this will be a turning point for many. When this law goes into effect in May, Philadelphia's domestic workers will have the right to a contract, meal and rest breaks, leave time, and more. This bill also ensures privacy for domestic workers, meaning employers cannot hold original copies of someone's personal documents, monitor their activities such as using the bathroom or changing clothes, or monitor or record their private communications. And importantly, the Bill of Rights also ensures protection from retaliation. This is a proud moment for our city. So please join me as we sign the Domestic Workers' Bill of Rights, taking a step toward restoring the dignity of work and protecting vulnerable workers. This is always not a pleasant job. Things that we deal with are not always pleasant, but when you do the right thing, you know it's the right thing to do, and it makes you feel that much better about ourselves, our government, our city, our country, and we need that all right now. So I'm glad this is on the eve of Thanksgiving. So we can all give thanks for the protections that have been sought and gained, and treat each other with more decency and kindness and empathy than we've seen in this country in the last number of years. So let's sign this.
Some of you guys get on this side too.
You ladies can get over here. You don't have to be hiding, shy. Yeah, Jovita? You had a lot to do with it. The Women's Commission was important. So, I know. Love each other.
Congratulations.